Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I am Tia. And we are back with another topic for you guys.
Back at it again.
Okay,
all
welcome.
Right.
Welcome back to all our new subscribers. Welcome back to our Big Mama tribe.
Yes.
How you guys doing? It's the beginning of the week.
Yes, it is.
Hope your weekend was wonderful. And you got shit done.
Listen. Did you do anything?
No.
Neither
Not
did I.
really. I worked pretty much. Yesterday was so hot. I just couldn't deal with life.
I mean, it was too hot to even. I didn't go outside. I just stayed right on in the house under the air conditioner.
Yeah, that was the vibe for sure.
That's what it was giving.
So I didn't really do too much at all, but yeah.
Same.
It wasn't a bad weekend. I just didn't really do too much.
Anytime you could just relax, that's a good weekend.
That's a good vibe.
It's definitely a good vibe. We be busy. So.
Definitely a good vibe. I hope you guys enjoyed y'all weekend and y'all having a good start to this new week, and you know, taking one more step towards your goals.
Absolutely. Let's clap it up. Just taking one more step towards them goals. Okay, 2022. Got shit to do.
No,
all
definitely
right?
got things to do.
Honestly.
Turn up on these hoes. You feel me?
Period. All right, that's on the daily. So, but before we get on into this video,
go ahead and
subscribe.
Go ahead and subscribe.
Go ahead and subscribe.
All right. At this point, we don't understand why you haven't yet.
Exactly.
So go ahead and do that, okay?
Go ahead on.
And also make sure you click that bell so you get all the notifications anytime we drop our bomb ass videos that you love.
Absolutely.
All right. So go ahead and do that. But yeah, okay guys, so our topic for today is a woman's worth. Okay,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right. So as a single woman trying to date out here today, this has been heavy on my heart because not only is it a struggle out here, for real, the dating pool definitely have pissing and a little bit of poop. a little poop to a little shark. Might shart in there or something.
Unfortunately.
And, you know, not only has it just been, you know, me trying to date in general, but just like guys that approach me, you know what I mean? It's very like, it's scary because, you know, I am a hopeful romantic. Like, although, you know, the dating pool is trash and is a little tragic out here, you know, I'm still very hopeful that one day I will find my person. But it's scary too at the same time because of the type of people, the type of men that, you know, and I'm not saying that all of them are the same, but it's a lot of men that's out here that try to talk to me that are like in relationships, in marriages. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, it's scary because it's like, although like this is something that I'm hopeful for, it's like, well damn, is this what I have to look forward to? You know what I mean? I don't want to think that, you know,
right, you don't want to think
all men are the same, which I don't feel like all men are the same. But it is scary. It's a scary thought, right? To think, you know what I mean?
To think that whoever you're with is going to be out here trying to entertain these females.
Exactly.
And I do want to say that has been going on since the beginning of time.
Right.
Like, men, not even just men, people, some people get in relationships and I feel like it's just disingenuous. Like, they get in a relationship, but yet they still trying to do them on the side.
Right.
Unfortunately, there has been something that's been going on since the beginning of the time. I just feel like it's like at an all-time high, or maybe back in the day, maybe it's just we weren't aware. Because a lot of people did they in the dark.
Exactly.
Now people are very bold
and they don't care,
and they do not care. They don't care about their spouse. Unfortunately, it seems like, you know, that's what it's giving off. If you're just out here, you know, trying to put your bid in with anybody, it's like you never know who knows who, especially in small city. You just never know. So it feels like it's not as discreet as maybe it once has been, especially since social media.
Right. It's not as discreet. They don't, it seems like they just don't care.
Right.
And this is why this video is called Woman's Worth, because I don't know if like do y'all just not care? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are okay with disrespecting y'all lady, y'all woman out loud to the public. Like, I just feel like it's just I don't know, it's just wild. Like, people are out here just living how they want to live without a care. I feel like it's a lot of selfish loving going on, like with no regards to how anybody else feels, you know what I mean, including the person that they might be trying to pull into a situation.
Right.
I just feel like a lot of men are very selfish, and they could have always been very selfish. Maybe not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, some people are.
But I just feel like they don't care. They don't care how they treat women nowadays. And I feel like what you say is true. Like, yes, a lot of people had double lives, secret families, but they were more discreet, I feel like, about it. Like you said, they did a lot of their stuff in the dark.
Still wasn't right.
But, and then I also feel like, even if they were cheating, I feel like, and not all, but a lot of them, for the most part, they took care of their home. For the most part, I'm not saying all, but it's a difference. Like, now I just feel like people don't be caring. Like, and a lot of people excuses is so like, okay, I'm Muslim, so you could have multiple wives and things like that. But it's like,
but even that still has to be a conversation.
That has to be a conversation.
I'm not Muslim, so I'm not sure how things go. But from what I've heard from people who are, you even have to have a conversation with your wife, with your spouse, about bringing someone else into the marriage. You know what I mean? It's just different things, you know.
And there's also other things that come with that. Like, you have to be financially secure
to be taking care of your already now wife and other people. Yes.
And because you're supposed to be able, what one get, the other's supposed to be able to get. Like, that's to my knowledge, that's how it's supposed to be. Right. And then another thing is, a lot of people aren't, you know, these guys aren't really being honest, you know, from the gun bust, you know, have truths. Like, if you're coming up to me and you're trying to pursue me or wanting to take me out, court me, whatever the case may be, you need to be upfront and honest about your situation.
Oh, that's true.
You should be upfront and honest about your situation. Because at the end of the day, yes, while there are some women that it's okay sleeping with somebody else's man, there are some women that's not okay with that. They don't want to be no side chick. They don't want to be no main chick. They want to be the only. You feel me? So that's something that y'all have to talk about and be honest about and upfront with. I've had multiple situations that happened this year, last year, where, you know, people aren't honest. They're not upfront about their situation. And then they want to say, well, I didn't lie. You didn't tell the truth.
You withheld the truth.
You weren't
all the way truthful. You weren't.
And you did it.
You held that back, and they didn't give you a choice.
And you did it purposely. Like, you did it because you knew that I wouldn't be with it. Or you didn't care how I would feel about it. You just cared about yourself. You was very selfish
in that. Yeah, very selfish in that sense. Because you do have to give people the right to choose, you know. Like, maybe you would have been with it. How did they know? It's like, or, you know, what if something happened and you ran into whoever they was dealing with, or it came out, you know what I mean? Then it's messy, and now you're clueless at that point because you had no idea they were with somebody. And now somebody's all, you know, having a problem with you.
I'm sorry.
You good. So I feel like that's not cool. You gotta let people know the whole situation. Like, listen, I'm in a relationship. That gives people the right to say, okay, no, I'm good. I'm good on you. Or if it's up, then it's up. I mean, it's your business. But if you don't give somebody that right to choose, that's crazy.
And
and then to think that there's nothing wrong with that.
And to think that there's nothing wrong with that, it is wild. And this is how, you know, a lot of people are living. And I'm not saying that it's, you know, females that's not out here living like this and doing the same thing and, you know, not living in their truth fully and leading men on. But, you know, I am a woman. I date men. So this is the conversation here. And I just feel like it's disgusting to take advantage of somebody in that way, because that's exactly what you're doing. Is taking advantage of someone. You should disclose that information. If you are in a relationship, you should be telling people that you are in a relationship. Now, how your relationship goes, that's, you know what I mean, that's something you should disclose too. Maybe you're in an open relationship, maybe, you know, she's okay with you having side bitches, whatever the case may be,
whatever the dynamic is.
Yes, you should disclose it and let somebody else know, because although your chick may be okay with it, I'm not okay with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing.
And I feel like in some of the situations where guys may feel like, and who's to say that your girl really okay with it? You could be telling me that she okay with it. You feel me? So in these situations, I've had a situation where, you know, this person didn't disclose the information up front, and then one day I just randomly was like, what, you got a girlfriend? And then all of a sudden the truth came out. And you know, now he's trying to live in that truth, but I'm like, well, you weren't honest from the rip, jump, like the jump. You were not honest. You did not disclose that information. So no, like, it's not okay. So I mean, and he didn't get up. He didn't let up. Continuously still trying to court me, trying to take me out, and I'm like, I was alright, so let's all three go out, you know what I mean? Let's go out on a date and let's see how it goes, you know what I mean? Since she's okay with this situation, like, let us all three get to know each other. And of course it's like, no, I just want to get to know you,
because she's not okay with it, and she probably never even aware. Like, a lot of people are very misleading, very manipulative. They be like, oh yeah, you know, I just live with her. You know, we just roommates for right now. Like, you gotta be careful. Like, people will take advantage of, you know, certain situations. So it's almost like you have to ask these people, are they in a relationship? Or they won't tell you.
Yeah.
You have to ask that question. Do you belong to somebody? Does somebody think that you're their boyfriend?
No, for real.
Does somebody think that, you know, you're their husband? Like, are you somebody's husband? You damn near gotta Google it, because it is public knowledge. Are you married? Are you divorced? Are you separated? I remember dealing with somebody. This man didn't disclose that he was married at all. I had to go digging through his Facebook, and that's when I found his wife, and I was like, now, when was you want to tell me you had a wife? Never. He like, oh, I didn't think I had to reveal that information. And you know, she knows that I do what I do. No. But
still, what? Again, this is stuff that you need to disclose, because whatever your wife is into, that don't mean that I'm into that. Like, no. And who's to say that your wife is really into this?
And who's to say she's aware of this?
Exactly. Like, it be the heavy cap, and that's honestly so sick to me. Like, just to take somebody's option away from them.
The choice.
It's a violation, and y'all don't even dig how violating that is. And
very disgusting.
This is why we want to talk about a woman's worth, because it's like y'all don't feel like we are worth shit. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do to us. Y'all can lie, mistreat us, lead us on, and that's not okay.
Never. It's never okay.
It is not okay.
It's never okay. And I feel like at these times that we're in, it's just becoming more prominent how they do, you know, not value women or value them less. Because now, you know, even with abortion, you know, and the right to choose if you're pro-life or not, you know, that's being taken away from us. Even the right to, like, or trying to be taken away from us. Even the right to choose if you want to, you know, be on birth control and things like that. Like, that's a scary thought. That's being taken away. Or that could be taken away. And by somebody who is not a woman. You're not a woman. I don't understand why you're speaking on women's bodies and what we should be able to do and our choices. Like, I just feel like that's insane to me.
It's wild as hell.
You know, and that's scary. It's like, but I was just having a conversation with somebody. I'm like, not too long ago, we didn't have no rights, hardly. You know what I mean? So it's like, now that we do have our rights for this amount of time, now you want to go back and renege and try to take them away. It's like, what? No. That's not it.
That is not
at all.
I feel like a lot of, like you said, somebody trying to take that away from us, and you're not even a woman. You get what I'm saying? And then, you know, we already go through so much as is already in general. And then just the thought of even the situation, like, you know, even if you were raped or whatever the case may be, them taking that right and saying, like, you have to still carry this child or whatever the case may be. It's just wild out here.
It's wild.
And
just say, we're going to make your choices for you in your life. It's like, no. No. No, can't get with it.
And then
And it's gonna make it dangerous out here.
It is gonna be very dangerous.
Listen.
And then you're wondering why, you know, some women are very like masculine too. Like, who is really protecting us women out here?
Right.
For real. Like, who is really protecting us when our men are like, you know, they every time I log in, it's a man talking about how much they hate this, that, and the third about a woman. It's just wild to me. And you know, coming from a woman like that, I naturally am a girly girl. Like, I want to live in my feminine energy all the time. But I know that I can be mad aggressive. Naturally, I am dominant. That's just how I am. But in the right energy, I am very feminine. I'm very submissive. That's how I am. But I just feel like I can't even live comfortably in my femininity.
Yeah, your femininity.
My femininity. Sorry. Nowadays, because it's like, it's always a man being mad aggressive with me, or, you know, just disrespectful. And even when I'm being nice, I just feel like, you know, some men just feel like they could talk to you and treat you any type of way because you're a woman, you're below them, you don't mean shit, you should just shut the fuck up. Like, that's kind of the energy that a lot of people be giving off. And it's just like, it's crazy.
But that says a lot about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we have no control over how this person was raised and their views, you know what I mean? And we gotta try to protect our energy because some people just, they have no respect for women because maybe of how they were raised or what they saw, you know, whatever it was. There's no excuse, but that's how, unfortunately, how some people are.
Right.
Some men, you know, are out here and they just take any chance to disrespect and degrade a woman. You know, they having a bad day. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna say whatever to you.
Right.
You know?
And this is why, and it's crazy because a lot of things do stem back to social media, and it stems back to TV and the things that we intake every single day, music and things like that. Like, some of you people are, you know, allowing your children to be raised on certain things. Some of us have been raised on certain things. So it's just the intake. And, you know, I talk about, you know, people not respecting individuality. That is a thing. We need to understand that we are individuals at the end of the day, right? So we have a mind of our own, but it's so scary because the intake of the social media and things that we are enduring and taking in, it's sitting on us, and like literally people are taking that information and living like that. You know what I mean? They think it's okay to be super disrespectful to women because this is literally what they're seeing every day, constantly on TV, on social media, and people are mimicking it in the streets. So
it has
it's
an effect. Yeah,
it definitely
like
has an effect.
The internet and things that are going on, they have an effect, especially on young children or, you know, teenagers. They're very impressionable. So they look at that and they think like, oh, well, this is the cool thing to do. You know? But if you're grown, I feel like you're at this point, you're an adult. Right. So you know, okay, I am making a choice to be this way. Right. You know, like you said, we're all individuals. We have the right to be however you want to be. So I feel like, yes, for the poor babies, it's a lot for them. Right. I feel like I'm happy that we didn't have social media growing up because it's too much. We already had like our peers, you know, and that influence. So could you imagine whatever you're growing up in your household? Right. So could you imagine on top of that having the internet? Ooh. Yeah. Scary thoughts.
And
honestly,
that's what I'm saying.
Like to have it like as much, because I'm granted we had some of the internet, but not as much as
like our whole entire
Twitter,
life, exactly.
You know, Snapchat.
You figure
TikTok,
like soon as a baby is able to hold a tablet, they got one. You get what I'm saying? So what, two?
They're on there.
Yeah, they're on there. I'll be someone. I don't know, but it's like, you know, we didn't have that. You know, we went outside, and you know, we might watch TV a little bit before school, a little bit after school, whatever. But we were outside and actually doing things physically and stuff like that, living life, if you will. Yeah. But yeah, and you talk about the babies and them being impressionable, but these adults act like children too. You get what I'm saying? Like
they act like
they
children,
don't have
your brain is fully developed. So I mean,
you wouldn't think it.
Most of
you would not think it for real.
Issues
because a lot of people really attach and gravitate to one person's word.
I feel like you're a follower. I feel like
yes.
when you get to be an adult, if you're if you have nothing wrong with you, if you're, an adult, and you can think for yourself, and you want to hang on to somebody's every word and start acting like them, you're a follower at this point. I feel like you want to follow somebody because you don't have a mind of your own. You can't live in your truth or whatever. Or you're looking to be a part of something. Right. At a certain age. It's like, come on.
Exactly. And at this point, you're looking to be a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? It just saddens me because, like you said, it's very much so true. You're an adult, so like you have a brain of your own. You have your own thoughts, and this is what you decide to do. Exactly. This is what you chose to do, to be a follower, to be a part of the problem instead of making situations better. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. Like, and we never will.
So humans are complex and they're difficult to understand.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's too much. I don't think I ever will wrap my head around certain things. So
yeah, it's just so wild for me. And like every day, it's just like
does it surprise you? Does like anything surprise you?
I mean, no, but yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like it doesn't surprise me. But you know what I say? It doesn't surprise me, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't affect me and it doesn't make me feel a
certain way. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't surprise me, but it's still like, damn, like this is the life I'm living in. Like this
sometimes it is a little shocking, depending on what it is. I'm just like,
this shit is ghetto, and I just feel like every day is just like a pull from women and men, like y'all at this point, that's what I feel
more and more
like.
Away from each other,
more and more away from each other.
And I'm gonna say that's not everybody, like you said. Yeah, I feel like it's hope. I feel like it is hope. Hang on to that because it's not everybody. I know there's a bunch of fools out here. It's a bunch of fools. Honestly, you run into a lot of them. But then I feel like there's some sensible people out here. It's balance. It's like, yin and the yang. It's definitely balance out here. It's just all about, running into somebody who is like-minded,
Right.
And a sea full of followers.
Right. And then that's what's hard when it comes to me because it's so hard because, like, I get approached a lot. And, some of them might be good guys. Some of them horrible guys. Right. And it's so hard to really, like, see through them all, like you get what I'm saying. And when you pick or when you talk, because I don't go that far with these guys. It's literally like you meet them, that I don't go far.
I think that's your problem, and I feel like that's a Capricorn thing. Y'all don't trust people, and I get it. Y'all are very guarded, so you're like, okay, as soon as they say one thing that's like. You're like, I don't know. You gotta pry, I feel like, a little more to like really get in somebody's brain. I know we're not perfect, they might do something that's gonna piss you off. It depends on what it is. Some people I do think you just need to cut it off, depending on. But other people, if it's one little thing, it's like, alright. Example. If you're talking to somebody and maybe they don't talk to you that one day. You know what I mean? You ain't hear from them. You're like, I ain't hear from this person all day. I'm irritated.
You think
talk to them, hear them out. Yes.
You think I do that?
Yes.
One day?
Hear them out. One day you probably be like, you know what? No, I'm not talking to you. It was been real. You wasn't thinking about me. Just hear them out, see what they say, see what happened. Just hear them out. You know what I mean?
I don't think I'm maybe.
To get past, somebody else said it on my TikTok. He was like, I can't never get past the talking stage. And I'm like, dog, what are you doing? Are you even like trying to get past the stage? Like, are you giving people chances, or is it just like you're so picky that one thing you're like, no, you smack when you chew. I'm not talking to you no more.
Well, I don't think I'm that picky. I think I am very understanding. My whole thing is basic communication skills. Like, my thing is like, okay, if I reach out to you, it's easy to just say, okay, I'm busy, I'll talk to you later, or whatever the case may be. Or even if you're going through something, like, I'm the type of person, like, some days I don't want to be bothered, and I get that, I understand that, but it's just communicate that.
Right. But you communicate that to them.
I can communicate that.
Like, if you haven't heard from them or whatever, you're like, oh, what did they do? You know what I mean? They ain't say nothing to me all day. I'm irritated, whatever. Or maybe it was a couple days. Like, communicate how you feel. How that made you feel.
I do communicate with these people
without cutting them off and see what they say.
What you mean?
Or do you just like you communicate that and then you be like, all right, I'm done talking to you?
No, I just express myself. But when I feel like, see, I'm the type of person that, you know, when I'm vulnerable and I am being vulnerable with you, and you're very short with me after I'm being vulnerable with you, then that's when I do take a
and I understand that, because
you get what I'm saying.
If you're putting yourself out there and somebody's not meeting you with, you know, an open mind, or you know what I mean, not giving you communication, I can understand that. But if they are, you know, communicating and now they know, like, okay, she doesn't like this. Like, you know, we gotta learn each other. Like, when you first meet somebody, it's like you're learning them. You don't know them, they don't know you. So it's like, okay, I don't like when a person does this to me. I feel like, you know, I feel upset about that. I don't like to be ignored. Or, you know, because we're all different. They got to learn you kind of things. I feel like that's what's wrong with a lot of our generation. They do, in the one generation after us, they don't have talents for anything. So it's like, as soon as you make one mistake, which we are human, we're going to, or as soon as you know, do something that might trigger somebody or they don't like it, like, everybody like, all right, I'm good, I'm blocking you, you know, I'm not talking to you. It's like, it takes a little bit of work, you know what I mean, to get to know a person even, you know, and know what they like and what they don't like and what page they're on, you know.
And you know what, and I will say that I can be picky, but I feel like it be basic things that people aren't even bringing to the table, and it's like, I shouldn't even have to, but I will. But I shouldn't even, this is stuff that I shouldn't even have to ask for. You get what I'm saying? But if I do bring it up and it's not being reciprocated, or you're not understanding, then absolutely I am going to fall back, and absolutely I am going to block you.
I feel like, yeah, if you have spoke on it, if you've communicated that, you know, and you feel like, okay, they're still not listening, then they're not listening to your needs. And I totally understand that. But if you don't communicate that, you know what I mean, they won't know. How would somebody know? Or if you know, communicate that, but then you don't give them a chance to do so, and it's like, well, they could have, you know, been like, oh, okay, now I know that about her, I'm gonna, you know, change that going forward. You know what I mean? That's big, you know. And not to say that you don't, but you know, just throwing that out there. Like, you gotta get to know each other, you know what I mean? Give each other a chance. Like, nobody's perfect, and half the times we don't know what each other are thinking. You know what I mean? We don't know what each other likes in the beginning stages, so it definitely takes some work. Definitely.
And then another thing is like, and I can't say that this is everybody experience nowadays dating, but I feel like people don't even be having the interest to really get to know each other. And that's my biggest thing, is like, I want to get to know somebody, and I want to be able to open up and allow people to get to know me as well. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I want to be able to be myself around somebody and just
let that guard
embrace their energy as well as them embracing mine. So I'm into that. I'm all for that. But nowadays I feel like these dudes don't even be interested in really getting to know you. Like, my whole thing is like, yes, I know I am a beautiful woman. Like, no cocky shit, but I know I'm beautiful, right? So
yes, you're beautiful,
somebody telling me that does not excite me. Like, it's nice,
do you
it's
not
flattering.
Like to hear words of affirmation?
No, absolutely. But telling me that I'm beautiful is not enough. Like, no, that's not going to.
It's like, thank you, but I guess I'll say it's not enough to hold somebody's interest. Just to say like, oh, because what else? You know, what else about me? What do you like about me?
Exactly.
That right there can tell you if somebody is paying attention to you, has been paying attention to you. Like, just to say, what is it that you like about me? People just, oh, you're so pretty, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, and then what?
And then what?
What is it that interests you? You know, yeah, and at first, when they don't know you, even a simple thing like, oh, well, I noticed that you are into music. I noticed that you like to sing. I do too. I noticed that you laugh a lot. You like to joke around. Me too. The little simple things. It's like, oh, okay, you was paying attention.
Okay, even, all right, so if you call me beautiful, that's one thing. Okay. Oh, you just have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. It's just something about you. So people compliment me on my eyes all the time, or my smile. It's just certain different things, or you just, my energy. I get compliments on like
I like
how
that one, though. I like the energy
positive I am, and your just energy is everything, and you just, you know, that's good. That means you're being a little bit more attentive. You know what I mean? I could walk in a room and see who's handsome and who's pretty and who's, you get what I'm saying? So to just pay attention a little bit more to details, that's like,
right.
You know.
Because at first, our natural reaction is the eyes. Like
right.
you see, you like what you see. You like something that what you saw.
Right.
You know, so that's the natural, of course, the natural thing that's going to draw you in for the most part with some people, or they swag. You know, either way, you like something that you saw. But after that, it will take a little bit more. It takes a little bit more. Like, okay, so yes, there's a lot of pretty women out here. There's a lot of beautiful women with beautiful eyes and curves and whatever.
Exactly.
What is it that you like about me?
And I think they be stuck on.
And how do I make you feel? Because beauty fades. So it's like you're going to need something else to excite each other throughout life. Like, you know what I mean? To be connected, to even get to a relationship. It's going to take more than physical attraction. So what else is there about me that you like?
Right.
You know, and
can you even hold a decent conversation?
Can you?
Because that really be the one for me. Yeah. Like, and y'all don't even understand that this is a thing for me. Like, when I give somebody my number and they call me, oh,
that's the one. That's the move. Right. That's the move.
Y'all don't even understand. Like, that is a thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if I give you my number and you call me, like, instead of texting me,
right.
I said, okay.
That lets you know.
Right,
they can hold a conversation.
Exactly, and they're not afraid of a conversation. Right. See, some of these people hide through them texts because they don't want you to know who they really are. They don't have a personality.
They're trying to hide that as long as possible. And those text messages, good morning, beautiful, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Right, it takes nothing to text good morning, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it takes nothing to do that.
Right.
So, like, to actually have a conversation with somebody and be able to hold a decent conversation with somebody is everything.
It's everything.
And you really get to know them, how they think, you know, and you get the opportunity to see what their views are, you know, when you actually have a conversation with someone.
Right.
Rather than text. Like, who wants to text paragraphs all day? Like, I don't.
And honestly, when you're a busy person, sometimes you don't have time for that. I'm at work, especially like, I remember even when I was out here dating, like, I have a job. Right. I can't be texting you back and forth all day because most times my phone was in my locker.
Right.
Like, or whatever. Like, I had a job where, you know, always where I had to be customer service. I can't be on my phone.
Right.
So, you know, and I feel like the text, sometimes you can take it out of context. Like, you don't know how this person might have said that.
Right.
And maybe you'll get offended and it wasn't even that deep because you don't know how they were trying to say it.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like it's a lot of misunderstandings through text message because it can sound like it's up and it might not be. You know?
And it might not be.
So, or it might be up and you don't even have no idea because you didn't read into it. So
right. You think everything's chilling and sweet and it's, you know, up in the stuff.
Like up in the stuff, right. So I agree with you. And I feel like even a FaceTime, like, I know right away sometimes you don't want to FaceTime people depending on, it is a little bit more intimate people. I don't know. It's like you're right there in each other's
face. It
sometimes people want to FaceTime because maybe the person is real cute. Whatever. I don't know. But I feel like a FaceTime call is better than text too because it's like at least I can see you. I see what you're talking about. You know, I really can see your facial expression. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
In FaceTime, I feel like FaceTime, it really depends because I've been in situations where somebody, like, the first thing they did is FaceTime me. Like,
and it's like, dog,
relax a little bit. Like,
you don't have an appointment. Just FaceTime people willy-nilly.
People FaceTime me all the time right now. Like, honestly, it's a thing. People love to FaceTime me. Like, I've been in situations where literally that's all the person did was FaceTime me. And, I mean, and he expressed, like, you're just so cute, and I just be wanting to look at you.
I get it. Trust
and
me,
stuff like that. So,
but you gotta get to that point. I feel like
you definitely have to get to that point. And then, like, also did you just FaceTime me just so you could stare at me? Like, are we going to have a conversation, or you just want to stare into my eyes?
If you're just staring, see you later. Like, that's I don't know why we're.
But people do that. Like that.
You could have looked at my picture. Like, I don't know why we're on the phone. Like, what's going on?
That's the thing. Yeah. But yeah. This is why I wanted to talk about this because I really feel like that is very important, and like women are worth so much. And
I mean, listen, excuse me, y'all wouldn't be here if you did not travel through a woman's legs and get here up out of her uterus and things of that nature. Like, you wouldn't be here. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So let's clap it up for the women and like give the women their flowers while they're here and really start appreciating us women.
Definitely.
Okay, because we're important.
Very important.
Would be here.
That's the thing, and y'all really need to stop disrespecting these women that y'all laying down with, like, I mean, that y'all married with, become in relationships with, like
having your kids,
and that's what I mean. Like, where's the respect?
Right.
Where is the respect when it comes to the mother of your children, your wives, and things of that nature?
Because
like,
it's a lack of it.
It's definitely a lack out here. It's like,
respect yourselves, women. Like, stand up. Honestly, I'm going to say that too, because if you don't have respect for yourself, how you expect somebody else to respect you?
And that's a fact. For real. Bang bong.
I mean,
and that's the thing. And I know it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I get it. And it's really hard sometimes.
Is it hard to respect yourself?
No, it's not hard to respect yourself, but it's hard sometimes choosing yourself. When, you know, it's lonely, I'll say. It gets lonely. It gets lonely. But me personally, I'd rather be by myself than be disrespected. And that's always and treated badly.
How I felt.
And
like, I can do bad all by myself. Now, granted, I understand we go through things, like you said, every now and again. But baby, in the grand scheme of things, it's better to be by yourself than disrespected on a regular. Like, no.
And some people, some women aren't as strong as I am, as you may be. That's true. But listen, it's just better.
You gotta find your strength.
You definitely gotta find
it, because you know, of course, we all have been through things where we should have probably exited a little sooner.
Yeah.
You know, and you weren't valuing yourself. But once you do, think about it like, do you know who I am? Like, no. Like, let me get back to let me remind myself of who I am. You know, let me do some self work. Let me, you know, do some self care. Because I feel like that can get you back to remembering who you truly are. And it's like, you're here for a greater purpose. And don't let nobody disrespect you, dim your light, none of that.
And also surround yourself with people that value you as much as you value you. You get what I'm saying? Don't surround yourself with people that, for one, don't value themselves. Right. Because when they don't value themselves, they don't give a fuck about you. Right. Please, I don't give a fuck about myself. Why would I care about you?
And they be looking for the next person to mistreat. Like, I don't know, because they be upset with themselves and they want to pound on you or, you know, say nasty things to you because they upset about their day. We don't have time for that. No.
And that's another thing, too. Like, even with dealing with these men ladies, sometimes, you know, they don't have the capacity to really care about you because they really don't care about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that be really the thing sometimes. And you have to think about that and go a little bit deeper. This is why you have to listen to people. I listen to people a lot. And like in conversations, when I first meet people, they might be like, oh, why is she so quiet? Because I'm paying attention to the words that you're saying. And I'm hearing you clearly. And it has, all right, sissy, what you said a couple minutes ago about me being picky, yeah, I can be there. Because in the conversation, in the first conversation, I can know if I'm going to talk to you ever again.
Okay.
Or is this going to be the last time? Like,
depending on what they say, I really agree with you. I sat on the phone, and it depends on how long the conversation. I sat on the phone with a young man one of my single days. We sat on that phone for 8 hours. I don't know why, but we were on that phone all night, right? By the morning, I was like, I'm not talking to him.
Right.
He talked so much. This man was like, oh my God, I really feel like I can open up to you. Like, and fine. Okay? By the morning, I was like, I'm not talking to him.
Right.
I was like, this man is thrown off. He does not value women.
Right.
He had these crazy ideas, like, you know, and he had some shit with him where he liked to take care of a woman, but he would take that shit back.
Right, yeah.
Whatever he did for you, he was going to take it back, you know, so you know. I was like, oh, and he was just telling me all this. So like you said, I was like, well, thank you for having this conversation. I'm not going to bother. We supposed to go to the movies. We supposed to go out to eat. None of that happened. I blocked that young man. So I definitely understand that.
And that's why I love, like, you know, being an empath, right? And having people love, you know, having people that want to talk to you, right?
And share.
It's pros and it's cons. Because the cons is like, sometimes you don't want to hear that shit. Like, for real.
Sometimes it be a lot.
Sometimes it be a lot. But then other times, people really will indulge and like really tell you all of their business.
Right.
And sometimes it's people that's a love interest, and you get to really see. Like, sometimes you really, when people say you really need to pay attention, because people may not show you who they are right away, but they will tell you if you're listening. And I've had situations where people was talking and I just was listening.
Just like, oh yeah.
And it got to the point where I wasn't even talking anymore. It was just going and going. I'm just like, at this point, the interest has left the building for me.
You know,
and I'm just like, yeah. And after
but
that,
you go ahead, baby, and get it off your heart.
Definitely get it off your heart.
Get it off your chest.
Okay? Because I'm definitely never talking to your ass
right.
again.
This is a free therapy session, and my thing is, seek help. I don't think there's anything wrong with seeking help and like going to therapy.
Right.
They have all kind of different therapies now that you can do even from the house, you know, from your phone.
Yeah.
So I really feel like it's so important to like do that self-work, because baby, if you have some issues that you need to work it on out with a therapist.
Right.
You know, maybe you can't talk to your friends, family, a love interest. Maybe you need to be talking to that therapist about boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You know what I mean? And really getting that off your chest and working through it so you can be a better person. That's women, men, all of the above, everyone. Yeah. Whatever you identify as, that's everyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta talk to a therapist and talk that shit out so you can be a better person. It's crazy if you do, you know, carrying all that on your back. Carrying all that, it's heavy.
Right.
And then the first person to say how you doing, well, let me take, you know, and damn.
Now you just poured all that on us.
Yes.
And now, you know.
And they might not even been ready for that.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So.
And that's another thing too. And a lot of people probably ran off. And honestly, to be completely honest, I'm not saying that the person that poured all onto me was a bad person.
Right.
But it is a lot.
It's a lot, baby.
For somebody you just met. And you're just, because we all have baggage.
Right.
Right? We all have baggage. We all have been through things and stuff like that. But it's a lot to just dump all that onto somebody like the.
And I'm like, well, what you want me to do with this? Because I'm not a therapist.
Right.
If you was talking to your therapist, you could break that down and they can tell you what to do going forward, you some homework. Me,
Right.
You know? So, yeah. I feel like that helps too. I definitely feel like that helps when people, you can tell who has done their self-work.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't reached out to a professional, you could tell a person who has done their work, their self-work, because they just meet you at another level. You be like, okay, all right, you know yourself, you know?
And that's the thing too.
Yeah.
You could tell, and I don't know, like I just am ready to attract like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
Speaking like I am ready to attract
Yes.
like-minded individuals that know what they want, that are wanting and willing to really get to know somebody genuinely with good intent.
Absolutely.
And who is honest, open and honest. Just be open and honest, because number one, we already spoke, you never know what somebody is willing to do and go through with you.
Right.
But you have to be honest with them. You have to be transparent. Taking somebody's option away is a really fucked up violation.
Yeah,
it really
is.
is.
That's definitely a violation.
It's a violation, and you don't know how hurtful it could be. You know what I mean?
To that person.
To that person.
You don't know what they've gone through, and then they be like, "Damn, this happened to me before, and here we go again."
Right,
you never know. You never know what that can trigger. I just feel like honesty is the best policy, and you never know how far it goes. When you're honest with people, you just straight up yourself, your authentic self. You'll be surprised.
You definitely
people will be surprised how many people are into you, interested in you, whatever.
And honestly, and I said this on this when I was active on this dating app or whatever. It had like these little prompts and stuff like that, and it said, what's the best dating advice you could give somebody? And what I said is, I said, just always be you. That's how you weed out who's not for you. You know, when you're acting like something you're not, you're going to attract, you know, somebody like that, right?
Right, and that's not you.
That's not even who you are.
Too long.
So you need to genuinely be you, live in your truth, show up as yourself all the time.
Right.
Because you will weed out who's not for you and who is for you.
Right.
So
I really believe that. That's a word in itself, honey.
Yeah, so
just be you. It's somebody for everybody, honey.
It's definitely somebody for everybody. And I might not be that person for you. And that's okay. Like, you might be really attracted to me, and I get that. But I might not be the one for you.
Right.
You ain't got to lie to me.
Right. No,
you
seriously.
don't. Just be honest.
And then why would you? I feel like well, some people are just looking for certain things. I feel like that's why. Because it's like, if you're really looking for somebody who's your partner and you're looking to get to know this person, why are you leading with lies?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want them to know this is who I am unapologetically? Like, this is me.
Because some people haven't really done that self-work, you know, and really, you know, had that accountability of like knowing yourself and this is who I am. And you know, some people don't really like themselves, But then again, this is things that you have to work on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's easy to play, oh, I can act like this because, you know, I don't really like this, so I'm going to act like this.
I'm going to act like that. I'm going to just be out here acting. Like, you an actor for real. It's like, come on. Yeah,
okay, Denzel?
Right. But ain't getting paid the money. Like, come on. Come on. Yes. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. And like Sissy said, all that, like, you know, oh, you're beautiful, it's so many people. Like, get to know a person, because just because they look good on the outside, you don't know what they are on the inside, how they are. You know what I mean? Like, get to know somebody for them. Seriously, it's so much more than the outer being. It's so much more. It comes from within.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper.
It's definitely deeper than that.
It's deeper. Like, seriously, get to know these people. Get to know them. That's why there's a lot of different situations where, you know, people that had children with each other because they like what each other look like real good.
Right.
And then you get to know this person and it's like, ooh, child cheese, I want to never.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God. And then you got people hating each other. You know, it's just, it gets deep. So get to know, or, you know, just get to know a person.
Get to know a person, or
more than face value.
Yeah. Seriously.
I know that's what brings you in, but then you have to get to know them. Like, okay, what's the personality looking like?
What is the personality? Do this person even have a personality?
I know, oh my God.
Because you know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Because some don't.
That's the thing.
Some do not have personalities, or they have borrowed ones. And that ain't going to last long. You know, you borrowing personalities from people.
Capping.
It's not going to,
What was the video? Faking vibes? Y'all out here faking vibes.
Yeah. Faking vibes. We did that.
And that's not even, come on. Y'all out here faking vibes at
faking
this point.
Vibes and faking.
And that's not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to talk about this and just the value of, you know, a woman's worth.
A woman.
You know, we're just worth so much more than we're really getting credit for. And yeah.
I feel like as, you know, as people, as women in general value themselves more, I feel like it'll go up more. I feel like, well, you know, it's because it's like, who is, as long as people are accepting these treatments, I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean? Like,
and that's the thing too. Like, that's really a thing. I definitely feel like, it was one point, this was a couple years ago though, and this guy was so like forward, and it was to the point where it was like, I was taken back by it, but at the same time, I was like, see, you know what? Somebody has accepted this. Somebody has told him or made this person feel like this is okay.
Yeah.
This is acceptable. So while I was annoyed with him, I was also annoyed with the women that's out here, you know, accepting this type of behavior, because now these guys are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Like, why don't you just go around like everybody else?
Exactly. And then my thing is, that's okay if that's what that person wants to accept, but I'm not that person. Right. And here's again where people do not respect individuality. When you dare to be different, you're the problem.
Right.
When you dare to be different, you're the fucking problem. And this is something that I deal with a lot in this dating pool right now, because it's like, if I don't fall in line, I'm the problem. I'm problematic. And it's like, that's just not for me. And just accept it. You know what I'm saying? Your standards are your standards. And that's just what it is. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to accept everything that people have to offer. Okay. You really don't. I believe that. It's okay. I'm like, I might not be on the same page as you, good brethren, but I wish you well. And that's what I'm saying. You know, I wish you well. At the end of the day, whatever you're bringing to the table, it may not be enough for you to be my man, but you could be my cousin. I'm great. We could be friends. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he run away, but it is what it is. Like, everybody is not going to be my man. Everybody is not built to be my man, and that's okay. I'm not built to be everybody's woman, and that's cool too. Yeah. So yeah. That's true. But you meet your match, and the rest is history. When you do meet somebody who's on the same page, you're like, oh, I see you. Right. We see each other. Yes, and that's a beautiful thing, honestly. It is a beautiful thing when y'all see each other. Yeah, you know? Yeah. And beyond the looks. You know what I'm saying? When you just see that person, you're like, damn. Like, right. Exactly. But yes. So that is our video for today. I absolutely love this topic, and I just want you guys to think about this a little bit more, you know. Women, are you valuing yourself? What do you feel like your worth is? You know what I'm saying? And men is like, come on. Like Sissy said, Without us, there is no you.
There is no you. I know some people hate to accept it, but that's just what it is.
These are the facts of life, baby.
We didn't make the rules.
We definitely didn't.
It is what it is.
You definitely didn't. So definitely get into this video. Leave those comments below. Let us know how you feel about this topic. Utilize our email, okay?
BigMamaEnergy@gmail.com.
Okay, leave us some emails. Let us know. Maybe your opinion is a little bit deeper and you don't want to really disclose it in the comments. Go ahead and send us an email and we could be discreet with that. Or just send us an emails and let us know what you guys want to hear. Some more topics, some more content. What do you want to see from Big Mama Energy? Okay?
Absolutely. Let us know.
All right. And always remember to like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe.
Bye. Bye, guys.